BAM shares the scares. What's inside the newest BAM Horror subscription box? Regulars to this channel will know that I'm a big fan of horror, and I especially like the idea that every single month, BAM will deliver to me a selection of autographs, collectibles, and in many cases, replicas from some of my favorite horror films. If you'd like to get on board that bandwagon, you can click the link down below and subscribe to the BAM Horror Box. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open up this month's offering. Now, based on the fact that we just had a look at the BAM Geek box and the fact that that happened to be October, I don't know if I would consider myself much of a detective, certainly not the skill set that someone like the Batman would have, but I feel like I would still be able to deduce that this would be likely the BAM Horror Box, also for October. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this opened up and find the contents inside and figure out exactly which month it actually is. I do have to actually come clean about one other thing. At the beginning of this review, at the beginning of this video, I took the time to cut the tape on the front, realizing later that I did not even hit the record button. Cream corn. Nonetheless, though, I have not checked the contents. You'll just have to take my word for it that I've only cut the seal on the front. But I will go ahead and open this nonetheless. And I will be as surprised by all the contents just as much as you guys, because, like I said, I have not checked the contents inside. BAM Horror Box, by the way, is for fans, made by fans. I threw technically the made in there, but you get the idea. Let's go ahead and open up the box. Again, I assure you, I've not peeked inside. Christmas is coming up after all, but I'm not one that likes to check and peek the contents. Because I find if I was to find out what I was going to be getting for Christmas, that would be spoiled, the whole moment. And the event of actually having somebody giving you a gift and you already know the contents inside, you just have the whole thing spoiled. I don't want that to happen. So I didn't check inside. Anyways, though, we have the BAM wallpaper. I don't need that. I already took the liberty of starting to move it to the floor here. Let's check out the first thing, which happens to be this BAM gold box. I'm not sure what this actually is. Feels like there's something inside. I'm treading carefully not to rattle it too much in case something inside is actually fragile. But we're going to go ahead and open up this little seal at the top. Get that bag open up, find out what's going on inside. Maybe it's a pen. Maybe it's a nice little decorative pen, thinking ahead for Christmas time. Let's see what we got inside here. Oh, it's a pair of scissors. Specifically, it's a pair of gold scissors. I wonder if it has anything to do with the movie Us. Oh, it says, "You are now one of us." Now, I don't think these are actually working scissors. I run my finger across it, which is not something you really should be doing with scissors anyways. It doesn't feel like it's sharp. I mean, they are working scissors, but I don't think they'd actually be able to cut anything. But I like the fact that we do get ourselves these little gold scissors. Us was an interesting movie. Based on the trailer, the movie didn't end up being what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be just like a family coming across a bunch of doppelgangers that were themselves. And I thought that was it. I didn't think it was going to have all this extra. I'm not going to, of course, get into spoiling any of it, because if anybody has not yet seen it, do watch Us, though. It's a very interesting movie. The next thing we have inside is a knife. And I'm guessing that whatever the knife is inside, it likely has an autograph on it. Let's carefully. I guess probably I could use a knife in this case. Get that plastic cut. There we go. And get that all opened up. Now, whereas the scissors weren't working scissors, I would be more than willing to bet this is a fully working knife. So you will want to be careful with that. Sliding everything out, make sure I get as well the certificate of authenticity. Whoops. We have a Beckett certificate of authenticity. This corresponding signed item has been subjected to examination by an expert from the Beckett Authentication Services and has been deemed authentic and genuine. This authentication can be verified visiting the www.beckett-authentication.com and utilizing the below authentication number. I realize I said that so many times, in the designated area. And then, of course, it is a signed knife. I'm not sure what specifically is signed about it. Unless the signature is on the other side of the knife. Oh, there it is. The other side says A. Michael. I don't know if that is a J or a G or an F. It says A. Michael Gormel, I think. I'm not sure who that actually is. I would imagine it has something to do with a slasher movie, and obviously the fact that it's a knife. I would have to put this down for the time being. I'm going to go back, by the way, and revisit that as soon as we get the card telling us what the contents are inside. The next thing inside, we have a BAM horror pin. Now, this is volume 5, box number 10. So again, this is for October, the 5th year, I suppose, of doing the box, and the 10th month. Volume 5, box number 10. Collectible enamel pin. We've got Melting Homer Simpson. Now, we had gotten with the Geek box, you remember we had Bart the Fly. Now we've got ourselves a Melting Homer Simpson. This pin has a limited release. I can add that to my collection of pins. I love, by the way, let me stop to say I love pins. Okay, that's all I really need to say. I know you probably were thinking it's going to be much longer than that. No, that was it. I love pins. The next thing we have is, I'm guessing, something from Reanimator. There's the severed head still kept alive. And it looks like there's a nurse, a doctor, some skeletal character up at the top there. This has been signed by George Vega. This authentic BAM fan art card featuring unique sketch from one of our featured artists. This card is part of a set of 2 and a bigger set of 12. Collect both cards to make the set. And I think we actually did get a Herbert West. He would have been over here. Let's see what else we have in here. Of course, we got the scratch card. You know what? Let's do the scratch card right now. I really do have to get myself a better tool. It's almost embarrassing, the fact that I continue to use nail clippers. But I assure you, the nail clippers are kept clean. They're only used to cut the little twist ties for figures. The nail clippers that actually are used to cut nails are upstairs in the bathroom where they belong. Scratch 1, I thought I could have won. Scratch 2, I realized quickly I'm a loser. And square number 3 just reinstates the fact that, in fact, I am a loser. At least a loser when it comes to winning something with the BAM. I think I did actually win one thing from BAM once. Can't remember what it was, actually. The next thing we have is an autograph print. You can see it's been drawn very nicely, recreating Patrick Bateman from the, of course, American Psycho. A great movie. It says, you like Huey Lewis and the News? Well, apparently, I got to be careful because, of course, if you're listening to Huey Lewis and the News and you're going into some guy's apartment that has plastic tarps everywhere, little plastic coverings, may find yourself vacating the premises immediately because you're probably going to, if you're not careful, he's probably going to cut your head off. This is a 1 out of 2,200. This is 1381. And, of course, you get your certificate of authenticity on the back. All right, let's check out the contents. I'm curious what that knife is all about. The celebrity autograph, a total of 9 actors have donned the Michael Myers mask, and every true horror collector will want to nab them all. Knowing this, we're excited to bring you a knife signed by Michael Lerner. Okay. Lerner terrorized the screen as Michael Myers in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Oh, Lerner was actually the one that came back for the reshoots. That is correct. George P. Wilbur would have actually done the Michael Myers at the opener of the movie. And then when, I guess they wanted to do the reshoots, they brought back Lerner. Lerner was Michael Myers near the end of the movie. He was the more slimmer, leaner looking Michael. I actually prefer Wilbur myself for the majority of Michael Myers in Halloween 6. Don't really care for the skinnier Michael Myers, but that's just me. I like the fact that at least I got myself an autograph of it, as Halloween 6 happens to be one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies. By the way, Lerner also had a long career as an actor and stuntman, having also worked in the 90s hits such as Total Recall, The Shawshank Redemption, and Twin Peaks. A fan art pin. Every casual fan of The Simpsons look forward to a yearly Treehouse of Horror episode. 2020 marks the 30th straight year of Treehouse. So we're celebrating by doing our biggest crossover set ever. Artist Tom Ryan absolutely knocked it out of the park. Most of our horror boxes will have the Homer melting face in them, while others will receive the devilish Ned Flanders. Oh, the devilish Ned Flanders would have been fun. That's what he looks like down there. Or an angry Maggie, which is this one right here. Those will also Those will also have Geek and Gamer box. We'll also find more Simpsons pins. I don't actually get the Gamer box. Really should be one of those things I subscribe to as well. The fan art print, we got ourselves the, of course, Patrick Bateman. Never forget the first time we saw the dark side of Patrick Bateman in American Psycho from 2000. This month, artist Brian, is it Brian Meth? M-E-T-H-E, forever enshrines the real Bateman doing what he does best. Kill ruthlessly with glee. Working on Wall Street lost all his appeal after seeing Christian Bale in his iconic performance. A prop replica, Jordan Peele is proving to be a modern-day Alfred Hitchcock, as his first two films have delivered on the thrills. Our fingernails didn't survive watching his second film, Us, and these scissors are one of the major reasons why. Down below also there was the artist select card for the second part of our Reanimator duel. Artist George Vega brings us Dr. Hill's decapitated head. Pair it with the last month's Herbert West card to see how they line up. Also keep an eye for the hollow foil version where only 100 was made, which would be this one right down here. What a good selection of stuff packed inside this month's box of BAM Horror. Especially like the fact that we did get ourselves Lerner's autograph. That is so very cool, the fact that we did get ourselves Michael Lerner. Michael Lerner, of course, like I said, is from Halloween 6, one of my all-time favorite Halloween films. I think right after Halloween 4. Don't judge me. What is your favorite Halloween? Let me know down below in the comments section. Also, if you'd like to get prop replicas, autographs, maybe autographed knives signed by actors that have portrayed Michael Myers, consider then the idea of subscribing to the BAM Horror Box. You can click the link down below in the video description. While you're also down there, just wandering around in someone's basement until somebody comes downstairs and, can I help you? The person usually says, I was just looking for the restroom, but they were looking around for clues because they suspect you're the killer. But if you're certainly down there in the basement, consider the idea of hitting that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already and liking the content you're seeing on this channel. Also consider hitting that bell notification and keeping your peepers peeled. There's definitely going to be a lot more videos coming your way. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.